Bonjour tout le monde. Bienvenue à Jadea, bienvenue à Conversation avec Rose à Jadea. Good morning, and welcome to the garden. Welcome to Garden Conversations with Rose. Today is November 2nd, and the month of November is of special significance to me for a number of reasons. So initially, my first child, my first fruit, my daughter, Roselle, celebrated her birthday on November 1st. I am so glad to be her mother, and I feel so blessed to have her as a daughter. So I'm saying now to you, Roselle, if you're listening now, you shall have what you deserve. You shall never be brought to shame. Embedded within you is intelligence, success, resilience, fortitude, confidence. You shall not be brought to shame, but you shall have what you truly are destined to have. Also on November 1st, my adopted homeland, Antigua Barbuda, celebrated its 41st anniversary of independence. To all my Antiguans and Barbudans, I want to tell you that it's very important for us to think of how stable we are, how unified we are, and how strong we are in progressing forward as a community, as a nation, and as a people. And then, of course, La Belle Dominique, the land of my birth, the nature isle, the Commonwealth of Dominica celebrates, come tomorrow, November 3rd, 44 years of independence, my native Dominicans. I want to wish you all the best. You know that we are a resilient people, and despite all of the trials we have had, we will press forward. And then, of course, even on November 3rd, Garden Conversations with Rose celebrates 27 months of motivating you, encourage you, and inspiring you. And today, I'm going to press on with just that. So for November 1st, on towards December 31st, for the last 60 days of the month, we are terming it as a stock-taking season. When merchants and businessmen do a stock taking, they do a complete count and check of all of the goods in their warehouses, shops, stores, supermarkets, wherever. They need to know what they have, what they're working with, so as to move on with their progress. So I'm suggesting to us, as we do a stock taking, we do so with a view to review, reevaluate, revamp, and re-energize. So as one does a review, one generally looks at what one has. What am I working with? I've got in my hands, what it is I have that makes my life what it is. And then as we go forward with the reevaluation, we are doing an analysis. So now that I know what I have, I'm analyzing, I'm going deeper, I'm doing some introspection, some soul searching. Do what I have, is it working? What do I need to do? And once I've determined from my analysis of what I have, I will need to do a revamping. I will need to do some turnaround. I will need to decide what I'm going to throw out on that heap and what I'm going to keep to work towards success. And then, of course, as I think about working with success as I revamp and do a turnover and a turnaround, I need to have the right frame of mind. I need to be re-energized with the right strength and confidence and fortitude and renewed mindset so as to progress to where I want to be. And so as I offer you these few tips of review, revaluation, revamping, and re-energizing, I am positing that we need to do so in all aspects of our lives. So we need to look at our spiritual lives. We need to do that review to see where we're at with our relationship with God. And once we've done that, we're doing that reevaluation. Is my prayer life what it ought to be? Am I being a good example? Am I walking as if I'm a daughter or son of the King? Reevaluating the relationship, our example, and see how we can move forward. And I'm revamping. I may need to throw out some old habits that I have crafted over time. If I have fallen back, I need to get back into the mode of doing what I need to do. And then, of course, with my new mindset, I am going forward so that I know come 2023, I will be a better example of what my Father God wants me to be. And then, of course, we know we need to look always at all times to our emotional and mental well-being. We in the garden always tell you how important it is for our emotional well-being and our mental wellness to be on point. We need to know if we are triggered and what it is that triggers us. We need to know how emotionally intelligent we are. How do we interact with others? We need to know what takes us over the edge. We need to know what flips our switch. We need to know how stressed we can be and what we ought to do to set our tone and take us into that peaceful space and tranquil mood so that holistically we can be a better human. So we need to do that review, revaluation, revamping, and re-energizing of our emotional state and, of course, our mental wellness. Then, of course, our physical aspects need to be looked at. So when we do that review, we know some of us are suffering with particular diseases or illnesses. We have just come from the month of September when we looked at prostate cancer and October when we looked at breast cancer. And so once we do the review, we are looking to see how we are doing. So for us adult men and women, over 40 especially, have we had those prostate checks and those breast cancer checks? Have we done our mammograms, women, and maybe some men as well, because men can suffer from breast cancer as well. If we are hypertensive, or if we are diabetic, if we have a heart condition, if we have an autoimmune disease, if we have arthritis, whatever it is, have we done our health checks? What about our diet? The foods that we put into our bodies, are they wholesome foods? Do we need to reevaluate our diet plan to see what we can throw out? How plant-based our diets? Some of us with particular ailments should limit the amount of animal food we ingest. What are we doing in that regard? Are we revamping? What about our exercise regimes? What are we doing with all of that? All of that. And then, of course, we are also thinking about our financial status. As we do the review of where we are financially, we are thinking perhaps about how much money we have at our disposal, where we are as it relates to savings, what's it like as it relates to debts, or even our money management strategies, our spending habits. We may need to limit the amount of casual buying we do. We may need to limit how much time we spend on eating out. And even for those of us who are in retirement, we perhaps need to think also about investments. How do we invest so that come retirement age, we are able to have an additional source of income? What about certain health policies, life insurance, different types of things that we can do to ensure that financially we are in a good place? And for those of us who have children, our children too will be in a good place. Review, reevaluate, revamp, and reorient our minds. And certainly last but by no means least, we are talking about our personal growth and development as we review and reevaluate and revamp and reorient ourselves. We are thinking about what kind of human are we? Have we grown from the type of person we have been last year or even this year? How do we interact with others? Are we still engaging in gossip? Are we able to acquire a hobby that will take us to the next step? Have we got that academic certification that we have been putting off for too long? Whatever it might be that will make us a better human, a better person personally, we need to do a stock taking of ourselves. Review, reevaluate, revamp, and reorient. It's stock-taking season from November 1st and on to December 31st. Have a blessed Wednesday, the middle of the week, and indeed the rest of the week